What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to build your very own two-wheel drive race spec edition um, and we'll also go over what's the difference between this one and a stock one is. Yeah, we've got a few more plans for this truck here. Get it around. Yeah, hopefully we can get it out of town soon. It's just been doing local races. It's not doing too bad for what it is. Right, so first thing, number one, for having a race spec, you need tires. You need something that'll grip in dirt like these. So we have Proline hole shots. I might be changing them around. I don't know. I'm thinking about it at the moment. So like if you ever these are built so you can hook in the dirt. As you can see, it's got dirt right through it, which I need to give it a good clean. So tires. Then so this here is my slash versus, and then there is this. Then there is this half stock one. I mean half stock because it's running half of traxxas parts. Now this one, it's just running some cheap Temu tires after it blew off the last one. Stock chassis. Now number two, for building a race slash, you cannot have this chassis here. Hold on, let me get rid of this one for a sec. You cannot have this high center of gravity chassis, as every time you go around a corner, it will just go round. So I would always recommend getting it yourself a good old trusty blue. I think there's even a black now. Low center of gravity chassis, as you can see, with all four wheels in the same spot. I can get 3 fingers max under this chassis, and then with this one I can get about a whole hand under there. So definitely recommend the low center of gravity chassis. Now this was originally it is a two-wheel drive brushed edition, but I have got a few. I ended up ripping up the stock system after I blew up the motor, which I'll go find. So this is what it normally runs. This is what the stock ones come from. Yes, I've given the motor a clean, even after it's blown up. Just keep the stock body. I don't see anything wrong with it. They're tough, kind of. They do bend at the back a little bit. This one, this is number 3 brushless kit. I reckon always need a way better motor in there, which this one is a Hobbywing 30. No, it's a censored motor. I think it is. Yeah, it's a 3652 kV brushless motor. So it's not too torquey. Well, it's pretty torquey, but it's, yeah. That's paired up with a censored Max 10 brushless ESC. There's another one to do. I'd always recommend this one as it is big. It's got a massive fan on it. I do run XT90s. They hook up to a 2S lipo, which I'm running a 5200 mAh-Z lipo, which slots in here quite nicely. Actually, it just slots in there. I do have a foam bit for it, so don't worry about that bit. Always when you're racing, unless you've got a really long battery, always stick a little bit of foam or something there, so then you do not get anything like broke, so the battery doesn't go sliding forward bash. I've kept the stock controller. I don't see nothing wrong with it. You also will need a little transponder, that thing there. That is quite important, so then you can get all the lap timing they can track you as well. I think my best time around my track is like actually I don't know what the best time is. Yeah, I've got a decent-ish time, so that's number 4. Number 5, I would always go for arms. I have already destroyed a set of arms on this thing. Yeah, I know the stock ones are tough, but I like these trusty RPM ones. Just that little bit bendier, so if I ever crash, they just bend out, come back into spot. Yes, don't mind the slop. That's number 4. Number 5 is a brushless digital servo. Now I'm just running a cheapo in there, which is doing the trick for now. Yeah, it's a pretty quick servo for what it is. I could probably get something a little bit quicker in it, but I don't really need it because I just keep breaking servo horns that way. And I think this is number 6. Number 6 is adjustable shocks. Now I don't have adjustable fronts, but they are, as you can see, they're extremely dialed in. And then same with the rear, they're a little bit low. And saying that, no, this is chassis. They're also quite dialed in. So there's pretty much everything that I've done to this truck. I think I'm going to put in I definitely would recommend putting in the high spurt thing if you're going for a little bit extra speed with this brushless setup. Just as it's not that fast, it's pretty much the same as the brushed compared to this thing, which has the Valenian 3S motor in it and just a Hobbywing cheapo in there. Yeah, I love this truck, but yeah, you also will need some metal drive shafts, which I'm about to do. There's going to be the next one after the next set of wheels. Oh, also, because I hate body pins, I've also done the Proline screw thing. So you just have to screw the body on like this to all 4 sides, and then it will I'll just quickly put them all on. Now this is the edition with the lights. Now it was the two-wheel drive Pro with the lights. And as you can see, it's not much more of the stock truck anymore, which I quite like because it's an awesome thing. I do have an older style body for it. I have the Kawasaki edition, which you guys have seen once on this truck. Yeah, I need to pull this out a lot more. It kind of just sits there. But suspension, I'll pull. Look at that. This drives really well. I have noticed this setup, if it's, let's say you're in New Zealand like I am, this thing handles so well in the damp, which is kind of what New Zealand is. We're always damp now. So it's always good to have something really grippy for when it's like really. The reason I blew this one up is because it was so wet. The mud just went straight through it and it started screaming. It's quite coggy for me to go like that with, but that's fine. I'm not using it anymore. They can go in the bin. I kind of just wanted to keep it to show you guys, which I've been planning to do this video for a very long time. Now, if you are going racing, I would also recommend getting some CRC duster, or what is the other brand? I don't know the other brand over in America, but this New Zealand, and it pretty much just sprays on. This one's empty. Just a little tray. It does the trick. It's really good for getting stuff out of the motor if you have a brushed motor. Yeah. What else is there? There is also these. This is the TQ, which is what I've run since day one. It's still stock transmitter, but that's not what I want to pull out. These are what I want to pull it out. Or what I wanted to show you guys. These are the traxxas nickel metal hydrides that you get. This one here is the one that you get with the truck, and this one here is the optional one, the hump battery. Not a big fan of it at all. I've already had this one here. The original version that we got of this one exploded, and we still hadn't gone to lipo yet, so we just put another one. Which, yeah, they're not bad if you're starting out, but you want more punch, like me. Then get a lipo and a brushless setup. It is definitely by far the best handling truck at the track, as I have seen. For suspension tips, I will make another video one day about that. But for now, I've got them set to as far as I'll go out at the front. And same rear. I also have them as far as I'll go out at the rear. And a little bit of beat up chassis. But that's alright. As this thing here has taken an absolute beating in the last couple years that I've been using it for racing. I'm so stoked that I have it. So, you know, it's an absolute little beast. It goes insane when you want it to. Here's what I mean by suspension dialing. And very close. Some of the side. Oh, I can't see this side very well, but it's also very close. Oosh, that fitment is insane. Other than the front, it does rub. I might be doing this one here into a slammed one, but I will be using another body. Don't know what body I'll be using for now, but man, this thing does the trick. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, as a snap the drive shaft again and again and again and again, and a spur gear again and again and again and again and again. I don't like this thing. It doesn't like me. Well, this thing likes me, and I like it. So, get a new truck. Go, unless you can find one cheap for second hand. I'd recommend the two-wheel drive, as it is the best starter one. Unless you're going, you know, this one here is also really good for for pros. I have found. Yeah. So the two-wheel drive slash with those modifications is awesome. Alright, that's it for me today. I will see you guys next time.